pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Open Meetings Act. At this time, any members of the public who wish to speak shall have 5 minutes.
Hi, I'm Victor Hall. I live out on County Road 253, and I appreciate the county's response out there working on that crossing over Batsmith Creek out there. But I was hoping maybe I could get some kind of guesstimated timeline of what we're looking at. 2, I'm hoping that if there's going to be any total road closure, that we would get notified on that. And then 3, I'd like to make an offer, which may not benefit you, but if it would, about 50 feet north of there used to be an old pipeline that was taken out in 1987. And I don't know, you may not even be able to use that, but one of the workers yesterday said they might need, or he didn't know where they were going to be storing supplies or goods. And it may not function for you, but if it would, if you wanted to temporarily take my fence out and use that area there to store some things, you'd be welcome to do so, as long as that fence is reasonably replaced afterwards.
Can I talk to you after court?
You bet.
If you don't mind staying around?
Sure.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
You bet.
Anyone else? If not, we'll go to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes. Any discussion on the minutes?
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments.
There's not any.
Item number 3, to approve and pay the bills.
What was the ID card for, what was it for?
It's a qualification each year to carry handgun in the state of Texas. He needs to qualify once a year to be reissued that ID card.
Can you get Clyde one?
Hmm?
Did he make some kind of comment that I'm sitting there trying to do the bills, did he make some comment that I shouldn't vote, Mike?
I don't know.
Seems everybody from here back doesn't hear anything.
I didn't hear you.
I don't hear well, you know, so, all right. Any other discussion?
Make a motion to pay the bill.
I second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. All right, we'll go to item number 4, payroll.
We don't
I don't have one.
have a payroll this time.
Number 5 is reports. I have a report from Senior Services for December, JP3 for December, the tax office for December, county clerk for December, district clerk for December, sick leave pool for the last quarter, October, last quarter of 18, October to December. An investment report for the year October 1st. This is just for the first quarter of the fiscal year for October through December, right?
Last quarter of this year.
Throw me up at the top.
Yes, I got you.
You have a letter from the tax office stating that they had received a portion of the agreed judgments resulting from the lawsuits that were filed against the Central Appraisal District regarding the location of compressors that were assessed in Freestone County. And the Supreme Court ruled that the compressors are not taxable in the county in which they were located, but are taxable as heavy equipment in the business location of the owner. Therefore, any taxes that were paid on them for the years of compressors that lawsuits were filed for had to be refunded, as well as interest. And this talks about how it's calculated, and that, you know, she had held some money in escrow to refund in case the lawsuit did go in that direction. And she has refunded $79,764.48. And in the amount she had escrowed, there still is $29,592.22. And this is not a total release of everything. There's still a couple of things that are pending, so she's holding that until all of that is settled. But that's money that didn't ever come in and show as income. She held in escrow. Any other reports?
Judge, I turned in a tax parcel report too, just showing we finally got all of our tax parcels for the last year, and so I had already previously turned in one, just showing that was one payment still outstanding, that we've got it all.
Did you just lay it up here, or
I
did you
did,
get
but
it?
here's a
see it. Oh, yes, we're on the back of it, okay. Let me just have yours, you want mine? Yes, ma'am. Okay. This is a summary for collection of 2018 taxes. And the amount billed, amount received, and the total amount that was billed has been received at this time. And that actually comes, Lisa gives you those amounts, is that right?
That's
Based on the number of parcels, so much
Yes.
per parcel? All right, anybody else have a report?
Campaign finance report.
You'll need to just have that stamped by the clerk's office. Okay.
Look at a copy.
Yes, I will. You get it.
And then, I've got a personal vehicle report for the last 2 years,
All right,
but we get paid mileage, and I have my, anyhow,
all right.
documentation. I'm gonna just give that to Linda, each
Yes.
day in the file cabinet.
Okay. Anybody else for a report? No? Okay. We have a motion to accept the reports.
I'll make the motion to accept the report.
I second.
All in favor, aye. Okay, we go to Burn Ban. A lot of people here, they're familiar with the situation. I'm assuming we're not putting one on.
I'm not gonna ask you to.
We put on a water ban in precinct 4.
Water ban?
Right. I would ask for that.
See what we can do, you know. I think you need to be talking to somebody higher than me about that. Item number 7 is a special road use agreements. Do we have any? If there are none, we'll go to item number 8, which is to approve bonds and education certificates. I have education certificate for Linda Jarvis. And Lisa Black.
Sure.
Shirley Mays. Those are education certificates. Now I have a rider to increase the bond for the deputy county treasurer from 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, this is what you talked to me about the other day.
Yes, it's a blanket bond.
Okay. And this is a blanket
For the county.
for the county clerk.
Good, yes, ma'am. And it's not.
This shows the effective date changes, January the 6th of 2016.
That-
They could change that.
They do not have anything else. I have an email from her stating that that is all they can give me, that is in effect, and I brought that to their attention.
Okay. All right. And this
So
will
that was the time.
continue until canceled, but you get an annual fee for it. is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am, I sure
Okay.
do.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need a motion to approve the education, accept the education certificates and approve the bonds.
I make the motion.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye. Motion carried. Let's see what we need to sign. All right, then we'll go to item number 9. Actually, let's go back to item number 8. I do have a continuation certificate for Shirley Mays also. It's in the wrong spot. Our bond. Do we have a motion to approve this bond?
I'll make it.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay. We now are at number 9, which is to consider the appointment of an emergency management coordinator. We have to do this in January. And Mr. Bill Hammond is here today. He has, he's been active in emergency management in our county for quite a while. He worked with Lauren. Thank you, Blake. And has, he and his wife have been volunteers before, and he has attended some of the meetings that we've had, and attended with Steve and the hot dog people, and as I said, he's very familiar with what we're doing. Would you like to tell us a little about your background, Bill?
Well, I've been in the county for about 15 years. My wife at the time we moved here had worked for the Girl Scouts, and we lived on a Girl Scout camp, and so we said we weren't going back to the city, so we looked for someplace in the country, and so we moved down here. I have several degrees in chemistry, and taught junior college for a couple of years, and then I worked for a laboratory in Dallas where we did just about everything from chemistry to litigation to certification, etc. And was a Boy Scout leader, assistant scoutmaster for a long time, and then moved over into the exploring post with a ham radio, so I'm a ham radio operator, and have worked several disaster situations through the ham radio. The most notable one was the shuttle problem, where I crawled through the thorn bushes down there for about 2 weeks, and but we were volunteer coordinators for the county for a long time, and they needed somebody, and I was not fast enough to dodge, so here I am.
All right. And I have visited with Steve. He's had a meeting in Waco, so he couldn't be here this morning, but he's been meeting with Steve also. And a lot of, or a part of what we do has to do with chemicals, and that will certainly be helpful because I don't know anything about chemicals, and you know, we have to certify whether or not the chemicals that are on a site are some that have to be reported, and we are going to have this LEPC meeting soon, and that is a committee that looks at what chemicals are within the county, or what other, I guess not just chemicals, whatever other things that there are that might be cause a disaster, and try to keep the public informed as to where we are on those things. But also we have to keep up with all those emergency management manuals and update those, and so I'm hoping that this will be something that you'll understand better than I do, so that maybe we can update them a little more efficiently. Discussion?
So you'll just be working with Steve?
No, he would be the emergency management coordinator, or administrator, director, coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah, and Steve he will help, you know, with the transition, but Steve is not going to be doing that then.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with Steve?
Well, he'll still be doing the septic inspections, the 911 addressing, and he also gets the inmates out and does maintenance around the buildings. So he'll have a little more time to do that.
Okay, so he's going to be
Volunteer.
to do all of that?
He's going to be a volunteer to do the emergency management part.
Okay, so when we have an emergency, he will be on,
Yes.
be able to handle all of our emergencies?
Yes, and he will meet with the fire departments and the hospital, and, you know, keep all of those contacts, and working with, you know, just, and getting that all smoothed out again. Do y'all still have fire association meetings?
Yes.
Okay, so,
We got one tomorrow night.
Just to add to that, Mike, just for comfort, Rivera County's emergency management coordinator is volunteer also, so that's just, it works.
Have a motion to form,
Second.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Well, I'm sure he'll be meeting with y'all. I don't know if he'll be coming to this first or not. You can visit with him about that. But I appreciate y'all working with him and helping us to make our county safer.
There you go.
Thank you. Item number 10 is consider the purchase of backhoe for precinct 1 through the buy board.
I'll make it motion.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 11, discuss the purchase of a countywide rescue boat. Paul?
Appreciate y'all allowing me to come this morning. Chief Fire Department is here with me. I appreciate them coming. First of all, as most of you are aware of, just last week we had several high water, swift water rescues. I know around Dew we have 489, we have around the 182 feeder road, South Feeder Road, and also about the 194 South Feeder Road that floods all the time. It's unfortunate I have to come up here and ask you for something like that, but it's also unfortunate that people go around barriers and try to do things that they do. I know, we had a hunter that got trapped in his deer stand last week there at Curvin, and we all went, and, we had different individuals come and bring boats and different things like that, but they were either too big, too heavy, because when you're in a rescue like that, you find yourself, you have to drag the boat over land to get to get to the person, and an aluminum boat is just, it's not, it's not applicable in this situation. You said it just a while ago to make our county safer, and it's dangerous enough of what we do as far as firefighters and different things. I know that we had a high water rescue at the 182 a few weeks back, and we had throw bags to try to throw to the gentleman. It was up about to his roof, and it was rising fast, and we just could not, get the rope to him. So I had to put a man out in the water. And if you say, well, that's your job, well, we're trying to be safer. We're trying to, So the first thing that happens when you go do a rescue like that is the person on top of the car, when they hit the water, they're going to panic. And that puts the firefighters in danger. I feel like that as far as countywide, to purchase a rescue boat, I think that, the county would benefit by purchasing one. I believe that this would be a great investment, like I said, for Freestone County. What we would do is we would house the boat at T Fire Department, kind of a central location of everybody. They have one reason they have plenty of room and different things of that nature. And I'll give you this when I get done. We have 3 different estimates on boats. One was a little over $20,000, one was $14,000, but the boat that we were looking at that I believe that would be perfect for our county would be $12,587.50. And I'll just give you that so y'all can just kind of look on the kind of what it looks like and different things of that nature. But you know, I think that, like I said, it's the nature of the beast. People don't use their minds and get themselves in a dangerous situation, but I don't want to cause harm on my firefighters or anybody in this county because we wasn't proactive in dealing with something like this. So I appreciate y'all hearing and listening to me. Thank you.
When I first heard about this company, I didn't know about it. I talked to firefighters, I didn't really realize, you've already had trained in high water, swift water training.
Yeah, myself and two other guys at Tiggs are swift water qualified. I've been right at 10 years now. I talked to Kelly Craig the other day. He's got 3. 1, 2 just finished the swift water rescue class. I've got several guys, young guys now wanting to do it, so we're gonna keep working toward getting more people swift water qualified. Like Carl was talking about the incident in Kirby the other night. The guy, we had to go across about 200 yards of water that was about waist deep in 30-something degree weather. It was cold. I ended up getting wet and had to go finally get the truck. His feet was hurting so bad. But get across that, and then you had to go across 100 yards of dry ground and then back across the creek. That's walking the creek. I mean, y'all know what that creek's like when it's high water and swift. The aluminum boat that they brought out there is this little aluminum John boat with an 8-horsepower motor. We put 3 guys in it. You put 3 grown men in a 12-foot boat that's not 3 foot wide. You got about that much sticking up out of the water. So now you're putting 3 guys in a boat trying to go rescue somebody, and the boat's pushed down in the water. If there's any kind of little hiccup, that boat just sank. Now you got 3 more people in the water. Like Carl was saying, this would benefit every department around the county and the citizens in Freestone County for us to be able to go make those calls and keep everybody safe. At the end of the day, everybody wants to go home. That's right. We do. And that's what we're at. It would benefit the county in my belief. I mean, but like I said, right now I know there's 6 of us. I know Fairfield said they had some people that were wanting to get qualified in Swiftwater, so, and I think they've got some in view that we're going to try to get done. We get to take these classes to Tiggs, and you can get them on a grant. So we get them on a grant, reimburse them, and it doesn't cost us as the whole class. Each Swiftwater class is $1,100 per person. Thank you.
That's not an I-2 class, that's a 4 or 5 day class?
Yes, that's a 4-day class. That's a half a day in a classroom and 3 10-hour days in the river. And if you're out of shape, it is not fun.
On that rescue that y'all went on up there in Turton, was the game wardens contacted about going up there? Because last time, did they go?
Yes, actually, Ms. Poole come around there where we were, and the new guy, I can't think of his name. He ended up, because we couldn't get across the water and dragging boats and all that stuff, and the other game warden walked in.
Was it off 1041?
He got in that way.
So the guy was back in the woods off of 1041.
Correct.
So if you go down 1041, you cross the bridge and you go out in the pasture, because I've walked that road and went and got 5 or 6 of those people out there before.
He was between the little creek and the big creek.
Yes, sir. I know exactly where he was at. Yes, sir.
He, the game warden had to crawl. He walked in and got to it.
Well, you wasn't gonna get across Little Creek because the culvert's washed out.
And that's the bad thing about him, is he had to walk through a couple of creeks on foot.
I'm gonna say you couldn't get through there in that boat y'all are trying to buy either, but I mean, you know, that's, you could at least get down the road, some of it.
Well, and this, I mean, you know, you got Twalking Creek up there on y'all side.
No, exactly, yes, sir.
When it's swift water, I know one time before when you had game wardens, they had a water call out here off North 75. That's been about 4 years ago, possibly, maybe somewhere around there. They had to get a game warden over there, guys clinging to a tree there in Twalking Creek bottom right off Highway 75 up there. So you had to wait for game wardens to get their boat to get out there, put it in that creek, in a boat that's not really designed to make that kind of a rescue. That's the bad thing. Even the game wardens in Freestone County don't have the boat designed like this to do this.
This is a rubber boat, right?
This is a rubber boat.
Yeah.
This boat sits on top of the water, it
Right.
won't weight down like we was talking about, and a little bit of motor can go a long ways.
So y'all also utilize the people, and they're a rescue group from Waco, and there's somebody that y'all can call, fire departments can call?
Yes,
or high water rescue?
there's a high water rescue team out of Waco and of course Canada,
Right.
have both. That's an hour.
So did y'all, were they contacted when y'all were trying to get one?
They were.
This also includes the cost of the trailer
Yes, that is everything you see there. That's boat, motor, and trailer.
and the motor. And the motor is the biggest part of it, $5,000.
What size motor is it?
40.
30.
30.
It's pretty big for
That's
it.
30.
It's a 30. See if y'all were paying attention. We try.
I know this, this is my first term. I know that in my precinct, we had some very, very high water on 301. The people there said never got that high. And if someone would have drove through there, it certainly would have washed it down the creek. I mean, I guarantee it was about 4 feet over the road. And 441, the road that me and Andy shares together, we put up a barricade to keep people from going through. Half of the road was washed out, but people were still going through there, not knowing that the road is washed completely out. And I don't know why people would do something like that to drive through there. You don't even know if it's a road there or not, to get swept off down the creek. And so we did have some pretty horrible water inside.
Do we have a rescue boat down? Don't we have one somewhere in the county that stays down by your lawn? Do we have a rescue boat?
I think that's the game warden's boat there.
Didn't Buck or somebody have
Buck
one?
has a boat, but it's, I think, just a.
Is that a county or is that his personal one? I thought somebody donated
Somebody
one.
donated.
Donated to the game warden, donated to him, he's got Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know anything about it. Just. All right.
So if we buy this boat,
It says countywide.
yeah, but I'm just saying, there's not just anybody can get in it.
No, no.
Is it the people that's gonna get in it, it's gonna be able to get it, it's gotta be formally
That's
trained?
exactly right.
And that's like I said, right now, we got 6 of us. There's 3 in Teague and there's 3 that I know of. I'm not sure if Fairfield's got anybody right now, but, and Streetman has some. So there's 6 of us between Wortham and Teague right now that are Swiftwater qualified. I've got several guys from Teague. I got about 6 or 7 right now, willing and ready to go to the class.
So when y'all go do a hot water rescue with this boat, do y'all have any idea how many people will be in it?
Usually no more than 6. The way a rescue, you go through the rescue class, a 6-man team is a boat crew. So you'll have 6 in there to go make the rescue.
The one I was involved in, there was only like 2 guys, one driving the boat, one up in the front. They were both on that team, of course, Kenna.
Right.
There was only 2. I don't say it'd be pretty crowded, 6 people in that little bitty boat.
They are. That's like this Swiftwater rescue class. A lot of it you use with paddles, so if you're using paddles, you got 6 men in there, you know.
So whoever's running the boat will be certified. They can't just some firefighter come and
If you're not certified, you're not gonna get in the boat.
What would we pay for that from? If we did that?
Yeah, there's 2 options. Either the commissioners would all split it, which would be very nice, or obviously the option would be that it will come out of the general fund.
I make a motion.
Jump out there.
I make a motion that we take it out of the general fund.
I should have made a motion quick, shouldn't I?
I think it's something we probably need to do as soon as we can.
I make a motion that we take it out of the general fund.
Y'all know,
And then we'll,
How much
we'll
is
look
it?
and have
Well,
a budget amendment on this next Wednesdays to move the money to the fire department fund. Actually, could we go back to number 2 and go ahead and approve a transfer
Sure.
out
Fine.
of, out of contingency? for the $12,587.50. The fire department, that line item down there, that is expense. Is there a motion to
I
do
make a
that?
motion that we do that.
Okay, Judge, do we
Well,
have?
wait, we had a motion to buy the
Okay.
boat,
Okay.
and we had a second.
No.
Is
We
there a
can add,
second?
can we add that to it? I mean, add, to take the money out of the general fund and do that?
We could, if you'll put that in your motion, we'll do it all
I'll
in.
put that all in my motion, I mean, my
Okay,
motion. that we take that.
to buy this boat and trailer, and to transfer the money from contingency to the fire department fund.
So,
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None, motion carried. Pass that, thank you, Karen. All right, any comments from Commissioners Court members?
I'd like to say one thing, I think all these guys, what to do it on their own time, they're not paid, go to school, not time to school out.
Well, that's the same
That's
thing.
exactly.
That's the same thing. I really appreciate him being out during the weather. I appreciate him being able to call a couple of fire departments, and they was able to assist me with putting up cones and things. So I appreciate you and your help.
Any other comments? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?